Life is not a race. It's not about rushing, forcing, or trying to control every single outcome. The truth is, the more you force things, the more resistance you create, and the more resistance you create, the harder life feels. But when you step back, when you let go, when you simply allow life to unfold, you start to see something magical. Everything has its time, its place, and its rhythm. And the less you fight against the current, the more life begins to flow in your favor. Before we dive into this message, I want you to do two things. Hit that subscribe button so you never miss these weekly videos, and drop a comment below sharing where you're watching from. I'd love to see how far this message travels and who is choosing to walk this journey of self-growth together. Let's talk about something that many of us struggle with: control. We want things to happen on our timeline. We want answers today, results tomorrow, and success by the end of the week. But life doesn't work like that. Life moves in seasons, and each season has its own lessons, its own opportunities, and its own timing. Think of nature. You don't force a seed to grow into a tree overnight. You don't yell at winter to hurry up and turn into spring. It happens when it's meant to. The sun rises and sets, the waves rise and fall, the moon waxes and wanes, and all of it happens without your control. Yet it's always on time. That's how your life is too. But here's the problem. When we try to control every outcome, we create tension. We exhaust ourselves chasing people who don't belong in our lives, jobs that don't fit us, opportunities that aren't aligned, or timelines that are not meant for us. We keep rowing harder against the current instead of turning the boat around and flowing with it. And here's the secret. You don't have to force what's meant for you. When you stop forcing, when you stop clinging, life starts to bring the right things to you. The right relationships, the right opportunities, the right lessons. All of them show up naturally. Why? Because your energy is no longer scattered. You are no longer fighting. You're aligned. Now, alignment doesn't mean laziness. It doesn't mean you sit around waiting for life to hand you everything on a silver platter. It means you act, but you act with peace. You pursue your goals, but you release the obsession with timing. You work hard, but you trust that what is meant for you will not pass you by. There's an old saying: a flower does not think of competing with the flower next to it. It just blooms. That's how life works when you stop forcing it. You bloom in your own season. You find your own rhythm. And when you look back, you'll realize something important. Some of the best things in your life happened when you weren't trying so hard. You met a friend by accident. You stumbled on an idea in the quiet. You found love when you least expected it. You discovered strength only after being broken. None of that was forced. It just happened. The truth is, the universe, God, life, whatever word you choose, is always working for you. The detours, the delays, even the disappointments, they're all part of the flow. And when you stop resisting, you stop suffering. So today, I want you to ask yourself, what am I forcing? What am I clinging to that doesn't want to stay? What outcome am I obsessed with that I can't truly control? Because when you answer those questions honestly, you'll find your freedom. You'll find peace in letting go. And in letting go, you'll start to live. Think about water for a second. Water doesn't force its way through mountains. It flows around them, over time carving valleys and shaping landscapes. That's the power of going with the flow, gentle, steady, and unstoppable. When you learn to move like water, you don't waste your energy fighting battles that don't belong to you. You move with life, not against it. Now here's the mistake many people make. They confuse surrender with weakness. But real surrender is strength. It takes courage to say, I trust the process. I trust the timing. I don't have to control everything to be okay. That's not weakness. That's wisdom. Weakness is when you panic at every delay, every unanswered prayer, every closed door. Strength is being able to stand still and say, if this door closed, it wasn't my door. If this path ended, it wasn't my path. The truth is, the things meant for you will never need you to beg, chase, or break yourself to have them. They'll meet you where you are in the right season. And here's the beautiful part. When they do, it feels effortless. It feels natural. It feels right. Have you ever experienced that? Maybe you lost a job only to find something better a month later. Maybe a relationship ended, and at first you thought your world was collapsing, but later you realized it was making space for something far healthier. At the time, it felt painful, even unfair. But now, you see why it had to happen. That's the flow. That's life arranging itself for your good. So, how do you live this way every day? How do you stop forcing life and start flowing with it? Let me give you 3 simple reminders. Number 1, trust timing. Not everything you want is meant for today. Some things require patience, maturity, and preparation. Instead of asking, why not now? Try asking, what is life preparing me for? Number 2, release control. Stop trying to script every detail of your future. Yes, plan. Yes, set goals. But leave room for life to surprise you. Some of your greatest blessings will come in ways you never expected. Number 3, protect your peace. If something feels forced, if it drains you, makes you anxious, or constantly pushes against your spirit, that's usually a sign it's not aligned. Peace is the signal of flow. Anxiety is the signal of force. Pay attention. When you start to live by these principles, life feels lighter. You stop obsessing over when things will happen and start focusing on how you're growing in the moment. You stop comparing your timeline to everyone else's because you know you're blooming in your own season. You stop panicking over delays because you understand delays are often divine protection. And slowly, you start to notice something. You're happier. You're calmer. You're freer. At the end of the day, life is not meant to be a constant struggle. Yes, there will be challenges. Yes, there will be storms. But even storms have a purpose. Even rain grows the flowers. The key is to trust the flow. Trust that what's meant for you will come, and what isn't meant for you will pass. So let this be your reminder today. Stop forcing. Stop clinging. Stop fighting what doesn't want to stay. Allow life to unfold. Walk with peace. Trust the process. And just like the river finds the ocean, you will find your destination. Naturally, effortlessly, and right on time. If this message spoke to you, don't just keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who needs to hear it today. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and join this growing community of people choosing to live with wisdom, peace, and strength. Now tell me in the comments, what is one thing you're learning to stop forcing in your life? I'd love to hear your story, because remember, life is always flowing. The only question is, are you flowing with it?